GR86, which is the same as the BRZ, with slightly different suspension tuning, I guess, and maybe the throttle mapping's a little bit different. This is the 10th anniversary, which essentially just means it's orange. Has orange stitching. It has a limited 860 ever made plaque. I don't even know if that's true, but it's there. And it doesn't say what number out of 860. It would be cool if it did. There's cool. Some stitching that says 10th anniversary, and the wheels are a little bit different, and the spoiler is black instead of body color, but it just happened to be the one that's available, so I chose it, and it's pretty cool. Dual zone climate control, digital dash that changes if you take off traction control and put it in track mode. You got seat heaters. What's interesting when you actually get one of these things is like the digital display's quite small. And then like all this climate control is really big. Yeah. It's kind of like Frankenstein. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just kind of interesting, like the scale. You don't really notice it when you watch videos, but when you get here, you're like, tiny little tack, humongous climate control buttons, and then the like infotainment screen is just like out of some random Subaru SUV or something. It's all fine, and for the price point, it's fine. It's just kind of funny, like stuff kind of seems a little mishmashed. Like it would be cooler if this was smaller and that was bigger, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So now we're gonna go to the canyons and compare this thing. We're a little bit earlier, so there should be less traffic.
Oh.
I didn't even slide yet. Should we try again?
Sure.
Are you scared?
I mean, you know, I'm always going to be a little bit scared of car stuff. There's no like... Oh my God.
It's kind of fun, right? All the traction control's on, you get a little bit of slippy slide.
There's no bar to hold on to.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I buy one, I'll install a little safety grab handle for you.
Okay.
Okay, couple things right off the bat. Like everyone else says, the little turn signal stalk is really annoying. It's not like a normal one. It goes back to where it was. It doesn't stay.
Oh,
so
that is annoying.
Then when you want to turn it off, if you click it back down, it then goes the other way. So you have to do like a light click, but I guess people get used to it. There's some way to mod it, like put an aftermarket normal one in. Maybe I would do that because it's kind of annoying, but whatever. And I have to ask what exhaust this is because it's not stock. Maybe it comes on this 10th anniversary thing, but some kind of GR exhaust. It's pretty cool. And I noticed they disconnected the fake sound that comes through a speaker that everybody hates.
Yeah.
And that's nice. You just hear normal exhaust sound. These seats are so much comfier than the Miata one. Like, I get it. The clutch and shifter are a little bit clunky compared to the Miata one, but they're not that bad. They're still good compared to most manual cars. It's just Miata is such a high bar. But I'll take that in order to have comfy seats and more livability, and I can like see better, and I have headroom. I don't know. I thought I was gonna be like, yeah, this doesn't even come close to Miata, but it's pretty close.
Whoa!
And you get the little shift beep. Sorry, I had to test out the shift beep.
That's okay.
Rev matching is like kind of a challenge to get perfect, but that's okay. And I think I've read that the throttle mapping is more on-off in the Toyota version than the Subaru one, which is a little bit more linear. So people think it feels like it has more power, but it's the same amount of power. But you can buy, there's one called like a pedal commander and some other ones where apparently you can just like plug it in and adjust the throttle mapping, so make it like less sensitive right off the bat. I don't think you can do anything about the rev hang unless you like tune the car, but that's okay. It hasn't bothered me thus far. What are your initial impressions sitting in here versus last week's Miata?
Definitely feeling as though this one has more power behind it.
228 horsepower instead of 181.
Yeah, and you can tell kind of like right off the bat, even just leaving a parking lot, like that.
Okay, I have a question. It is faster, but do you think the sound makes it feel faster than
Probably,
it is?
yeah. It's probably in
That exhaust, like,
whole,
screaming
like,
at you.
Yeah, that and just, it affects all the senses. Yeah, the exhaust definitely takes it up a notch.
I like it.
For feeling faster, probably, and just sportier.
Okay, so I keep seeing online people are adjusting the clutch spring or taking out the spring or putting in the M-Tech aftermarket spring because they complain they can't feel where the bite point is. And it hasn't even crossed my mind. Maybe because I used to drive a WRX. I wonder if it's like similar clutch style or I'm just used to the bite point being there, but I don't notice. So it's like everything's not as sharp and light and easy as the Miata, but it's not like I'm distracted by the clutch in any way. Shifter could be a little bit shorter, but you can change that. This is a great compromise of daily drivability and sportiness. Okay, the road noise thing, everyone also complains about how loud this is on the road. The tire noise and just like there's no insulation. But coming from like a shitty cheap Ford Fiesta, which we both used to have, it doesn't bother me.
But this doesn't bother me. Is it worse on the freeway?
Probably, but I mean, we're going 50. I like this car a lot, and it seems more fitting to how big my body is.
Yeah.
Weekend only car, I'm taking the Miata. Rental, maybe taking the Miata. Every day, I'm taking this, I think. And we haven't even gone to the canyons.
It's but you're already having fun driving it, and you're just on this random street.
Yeah. It gives you most of the excitement of the Miata. Yeah, you can't take the top down. Do you miss not being able to take the top down?
Not right now. I mean, it's all great today, but I mean, I don't actually think I miss it.
I don't think I do either.
Yeah.
You think that you would, but it's more of a novelty.
It is a novelty, for sure. And it did wear off throughout the day. And once we got off the canyons, we were like, okay, let's put the top back up because it's hot and it's loud.
Yeah.
And we're stuck in traffic.
Definitely upgrade these to like some white LEDs or something. That's kind of ghetto, but
yeah.
Do you like the seats, or you're so small it doesn't?
I do like the seats.
I think they're very cushy
they're
and comfy, and they hold you in.
Yeah. There's a lot of support, and
my butt is all cushy finally. It was not like that in the Miata. The seats are not long-term.
Halfway through the day in the Miata, like your body starts to feel kind of how unimpressive the seats are.
Yeah. I think the Recaros are better, but they still just because of the size of the car, they can never get that wide, and I don't think they're that padded either.
Yeah, and I think it goes to show that it's not a long-distance travel car.
Yeah.
It's, your fun zip-to-the-beach car.
Yeah. You gotta just try it, because some people are just so in love with it that they're willing to everyday drive with it. Maybe because of my size or how old and grumpy and rickety my body is.
Yeah, people are a little shorter.
If I was like 22,
a little younger,
if I was 22, and I didn't have a commute, I would maybe that's the way to go. I don't know.
And it's just them. They don't need, haul a bunch of stuff along with them.
I feel like I sit lower in this also somehow.
Probably. I mean, the seats.
I feel like I sink in better.
Yeah.
And I'm more on. My eye line is like more in the center of the windscreen instead of super high.
Not gonna have neck problems later on.
It just feels like it's more tailored to a 6'1" person And the backseat storage is nice. You can fold those down. It's completely flat.
I don't know how comfortable it would be sitting back there, but I mean...
No one is sitting back there, but for storage, it's pretty cool. I wonder what this little canyon road's going to be like.
Don't know.
I think the fake sound does the engine a disservice, where people are like, oh, this engine doesn't have any character. It sounds like a tractor. It sounds like it doesn't want to be revved out. But when you turn that thing off and have an exhaust, it sounds way more like a just normal sports car, and closer to how like the Miata feels like it naturally wants to rev out. Yeah, in the Miata, I was constantly flooring it. This, I'm like, act natural. This, I'm like,
yep.
barely tapping it.
So be careful.
And that's, I think, the throttle mapping and the extra power. The gears are still nice and short. You get to play around even at low speeds. You're constantly shifting.
Ooh, Crystal Lake.
Is that where Jason lives?
That's where Jason lives. We'll camp Crystal Lake.
Oh.
But yeah.
What a cool canyon road. No good? You know, like?
No, I'm fine.
Like, this is fun even if you're not thrashing the car. Just like a nice cruising speed is very enjoyable. And it helps because I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'd rather have comfortable seats than a convertible top.
Yeah, for sure.
This is like, in today's day and age, relatively low horsepower when everything has 400 or 500 horsepower and everything's turbo, and I feel like I'm never flooring it. You don't need more power than this on a back road. And once you add more power, you gotta have bigger brakes and everything has to be more expensive. It's a chain reaction where everything has to back up that amount of power, which is how you end up with a Porsche or something. And all of a sudden your consumables are a lot more expensive. You have wider tires, and I think this is kind of a sweet spot where everything is kind of simple still. And it's enough speed, I think, especially for an amateur like me.
Yeah, when you're still having a good time.
Yeah. I'm never thinking, oh man, I wish I had more. I'm just having a good time. You still get a little like shove back in your seat when you downshift.
Yeah, you do feel it.
Ooh, I got the heel toe on that one. You know, with the convertible, you're like, oh, I hope the sun comes out so I can take the top down. And then when you take the top down, you're like, it's fucking hot.
It's too hot. Yeah, I'm getting a sunburn.
I'm getting a sunburn. Like, it all seems nice in theory.
100%. Yeah. No.
The sun's out now here, and I like being a little insulated in here with the AC on.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I'm just too old, I think.
Yeah, same.
In a lot of cars, they have auto rev match. So if I were to downshift to second right now without blipping the throttle or anything, the computer would just automatically and match it. Like if they had that, that would be kind of cool. I know a lot of purists are anti-rev match, but just a button where it was an option would be kind of nice. Yeah, and the straightaways days when there's an incline, you do go, oh, like, this isn't a huge horsepower car, but it's not enough to really bother you. But so what do you think? Is this the one?
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
This is the one? Or the Subaru?
The Subaru, yeah.
What a fun car.
How? How did I do that?